Okay, at this time, we have wide receiver Rodney Gallagher. Questions for Rodney? Greg?
When you look at the offensive struggles, what have you seen? What areas do you still think you can correct?
Honestly, I just think, watching the film and stuff, we just got to capitalize on our opportunities. We're not doing enough of the little things to move the ball down the field. The opportunities are there, and we're just not, doing a good enough job to succeed in them. And we just got to, like I said, capitalize on the small things to help us, grow and move the ball down the field.
Where's the frustration level? Does this team still have faith, or is it frustration building?
Yeah, I mean, there's all, since there's definitely going to be a little frustration, but, we're all still together. Nobody's, pointing a finger. We're still coming to work every day, continue, strive to get better. And, we still have 5 games left. We can still get bowl eligible, so everything's still in front of us to, succeed in this season with the rest of the games that we have.
Coach talked about that it does take some time to put a full new culture in place, and maybe he got too excited that everything was hard edge before it really fully is. Where do you think the culture is? What do you think the culture is right now? Because you did deal with the transition, and I imagine you thought the season would go better than it has. But culture-wise, what do you think it is?
The culture is going to get there. Like you said, Coach Rod, he's trying every day to, flip things around here. And like I said, it always takes time because it's a whole new roster. We got so many new guys. So he's doing a great job, and the coaches are doing a great job. Just, we all got to gel together. And like I said, it's just capitalizing on the small stuff to make us as a team take that next step.
Rodney, what have you thought of Scotty Fox so far?
Scotty, yeah, he's a young guy, but he has all the confidence in the world. He just has to continue to grow and do the little things, and we also need to help him too. We can always, as an offense, do things to help him out since he's, so young and coming into this offense and, playing on the big stage such fast. But we also, he's doing a great job, so definitely not, pointing the finger at him at all. We just got to capitalize on the small things to help him out too as receivers, O-line, running backs. So we all need to, just get better as a whole.
You mentioned small things. What are some of those small things that you guys do need to correct?
Well, I'll just go with receivers, just creating more space for ourselves in the route game, just, running full speed more, not going through the motions and continue to block better on the perimeter. So those are some small things. And with the O-line, just continue to get that push. They're working on it. So, and then the quarterbacks with the reads, and then it's just a bunch of little things that are hurting us. But, I have confidence in this week. We got a big game coming up against TCU, and we need to go out there and get this win for, a big-time game.
Rodney, those types of things, more mental or technique, some physical that maybe you got to find ways to work around? What's the mix there?
I think it's a bunch of little of everything. We just thinking too much sometimes in certain situations, and also just we got to be more physical. And Coach Rod talks about hard edge, and I feel like we need to do a better job by taking the first punch instead of, getting that punch delivered to us. And I think that's something we got to continue to work on, and just as a whole, just being more physical and being that hard edge mindset.
A lot of different quarterbacks have played. How does that impact wide receivers when you're working with a lot of different guys? Do each of them have a little different part about them that you guys got to be used to?
I think with Coach Rod playing all these different quarterbacks, I don't think it's too much of a problem just because of how much they rotate in practice and how many reps we get with them in practice. So we kind of know with everything with every single quarterback that their goods and how they throw the ball and the timing and stuff. So I think we got a good feel for every single quarterback that we have just because of practice.
In southwestern PA, which is also a bit of coal country. You got the coal rush game this week. You guys are all wearing your black. Can you talk a little bit about what any ties you might have to the coal mining industry, where you grew up, and what it means to you to be able to come out and try to honor and represent this state's coal mining legacy and heritage?
Right. So I really don't have any ties when it comes to the coal mining thing, but just coming here as to be to play for West Virginia and getting a little experience of last year, it was a big time. Just, even when we do the man trip, giving the high fives to the, former coal miners and the coal miners that are here now, it was big time. And I love the experience that we had last year. I mean, the jerseys are sweet, and just having, the coal rush game, it's big time. And I think the fans really enjoy it, and they have a fun time here. So, we need to take advantage of it because we didn't come out on top for this game last year. So this is something that, we got to take pride in and win this game.
Rodney, what would it do confidence-wise to maybe score first, get off to a better start, avoid a double-digit deficit early?
Yeah, I think, it would just be a confidence booster. And I think, when we get on the scoreboard first, it just everybody mentally just, feels better about themselves. And I just think we play better in general. But yeah, we need to make sure we don't get behind the sticks early. Also, we need to capitalize on the opportunities that are given and do everything that we need to do to come on top.
How important is just getting first down so you guys can establish tempo?
Yeah, it's very important because if we want to be a tempo offense, we have to continue to move the ball. Just because, if we don't get the first downs, it's kind of making our defense come back on the field, even faster than they need to be, and they need a break. So, we got to capitalize and do what we need to do as an offense to get this thing going.
Rodney, we didn't talk to you after the game, so what do you think the differences are when the offense is clicking compared to when it's not? Because even in these losses, even at UCF, there were moments where the offense was clicking, and then all of a sudden, you blink of an eye, it's not anymore.
Yeah.
Why do you think that there's flashes in games and then it goes away?
And when the offense is clicking, it's just because we're doing everything that we're coached to do, and we're doing it right. And when we're not clicking, it's like we're just missing those small details that, just say if we needed to block a certain way, if we would have did it, we would have had a 30-yard gain, but we didn't. So now we have a loss. So it's just like I keep saying, it's just the small things that are hurting us right now. But as you guys see, when you guys see the flashes, we're doing everything correct, and we can have a very, very special offense. And so we just got to keep doing everything that we're told to do and do it the right way.
Every flight I take, seemingly to an away game, your family is there as well. What's that mean to you for them to make that effort to attend in each and every game, home and away?
Yeah, it's great. They've been supporting me since day one, and they're going to continue to do that. And they always got my back, and I always got their back. Yeah, it's big for me. It's a confidence booster for me, knowing that my family's up there watching me and wanting me to play hard for them every single week.
Dad ever give you any advice? I know he was more basketball guy, right?
Yeah.
Growing up, but does he give you any advice?
Just to play hard, and have that mindset to go out there and be the best player on the field that you can be, and just at the end of the day, like I said, play hard.
Have you been able to see anything defensively from TCU on film yet?
Yeah, they got some guys over there that can play for sure. They're big up front. Their secondary's pretty good also, and they're very experienced. So yeah, we got to come out there and play hard, and we got to do the little things. And I feel like our little things can open the doors up for us as an offense.
Okay, thank you very much.
No problem.